Hello, 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 good people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to first start off by apologizing for being weeks behind. Uh, as y'all see, I've been traveling. If you've seen other videos, I had other locations because I was doing stuff for work in one place, doing stuff for work in another place. Here, back at home, as I am rushing to try and get things together to move back to move back to the DMV area. So going back to a place I was once at. It is an exhausting journey. On top of that, I've been studying again, so I'm doing study groups, and let's just say at this current moment, Charles is worn. Let me see if I can turn the slide down so it's supposed to be a little bit better. It's very bright. But anyway, without further ado, let us go ahead and jump into Queen Sugar episode 8. I want to do episode 9 hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to get everything lined up. It's a hot mess. But anyway, so we're going to start off with this, but Darla attempts to soothe Ralph Angel. That's why we're opening up. She's attempting to soothe Ralph Angel and help him find perspective. With everything surrounding the farm, and just like, hey, it's gonna be okay. We're where we're supposed to be in life. Maybe this all happened for a reason. If anything, whenever we as people, we look to find a reason to have someone either to blame or for why we're in certain situations. And, one of the things that we always refer to is depending on what you believe in, either religion, spirituality, the universe, and she's kind of relying on that, what, basically, God has us where we're supposed to be right now, type of deal. We then go over to Nova. She's in her home and she's stressed out, and you see her kind of have a moment where she dissociates. So dissociating is when you pull away from reality, so you're no longer sitting or seated in reality with self where you are in the present moment, and you go back to a place that that has already passed, or you're in a position where you kind of zone out. It's almost like daydreaming is when you dissociate, right? So she dissociated, and basically what she's dealing with, I don't know how long it has been since the raid. If it was less than 1 month, if that's what I'm assuming, then she's dealing with what we call acute stress disorder. Basically, all the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. It's just the time period is what's off. So acute stress disorder, she's having the flashback, she's derealization, heightened arousal, all that kind of stuff like that, right? So it's acute stress disorder. If it's less than 1 month, if it's been 1 month or more, then we would say post-traumatic stress. So I'm gonna say acute stress disorder because I think that's the time frame. So then we see Charlie meet up with the farmers at City Hall, and they won the case. However, they're not going to get back what they financially. They're not getting what they thought they would receive. They're getting basically in total $40,000. There's this one farmer, which we're going to see a little bit later on. He's, I'm not going to say that they should be grateful for getting the $40,000, but he doesn't show any gratitude, at least for the fact that, hey, we're getting something now and we get to fight again another day. He's more so just kind of like, it's my money and I want it now. He's that type of guy that I gotta have it right now. He doesn't see the magnitude of kind of the situation. Yes, farmers were mistreated, farmers were displaced from their land, all this kind of stuff. However, you have now an opportunity. You're not saying how this can progress and move forward. He's only seeing right now, which is something else that a lot of us do. We struggle to look at anything beyond now, because we always have that saying, what is it? You don't know if tomorrow's going to come, right? So why worry about tomorrow and not just today, right? So it's just like, yeah, tomorrow may not come for me, but tomorrow may come for my family. And if I can do anything with myself in this world, I would love to leave my family with something so that they're not still struggling. You get what I'm saying? So he can't really see that perspective yet. It's more so just kind of like, I want it now type of deal. But I'm going to move on. We see Mike and Isaiah at Xavier. Again, my school, XU. Gold and white are our colors. Just had to say it. But anyway, they're going over Micah's pictures, and Isaiah's complimenting him and things of that nature. And they show each other appreciation. You know, Micah thanks him for being in his life, you know, and things of that nature. You know, look at what you got me doing. You had me meditating. You got me really looking at myself. It was beautiful. And then it did a lot of switching. This episode was like here, It switched a lot. But Vala and Hollywood, we switch over to them, and they're talking about Micah and his showcase. Violet is sick and she don't want Hollywood to know. She almost stumbles and falls. She's having a flare-up. She doesn't want to tell Hollywood about it. She's, you know, trying to brush it off, be that strong black woman. And I hate this idea that black women believe that they have to be this, the perception of what strong is. There we go. That their perception and the perception people have put on them as strong is being kind of like this untouchable type of person, right? You know, oh, we're not going to give the black woman any opioids or any other type of pain medication outside of something they can pick up at the store over the counter, because what? They're strong, you know? Or the, oh, I'm sick, but it's okay. I am not going to take the opportunity to actually rest my body because I'm strong. Like, that's not helpful. It's actually very hurtful. And you are more so denying yourself proper rest, proper care, proper love, proper affection when you do that to yourself. And yes, let me be clear. I do understand struggles in life. I was someone who grew up in the struggle. I get it. However, when an opportunity has presented itself to you to take a break, accept it and allow it. Hollywood was like, yo, I'll wash these dishes. What she say? Nope, what you finna do is change clothes and go to Michael's thing. Why not let the man bust them suds and wash them dishes? Offering you a break. That's what I mean. So, Nova gets a visit from the handsome name. I think his name is something McFreeman. His last name is McFreeman. His first name is something. I cannot think of his first name. But I'm going to say Mr. McFreeman. Or Mr. Freeman. Why do I call him McFreeman? Mr. Freeman. She gets a visit from Mr. Freeman. He checks in, you know, basically on her. He recognizes that he hasn't seen her in a while. He brings her some gumbo that he's made. And she basically lets him know she's going to take a ride. She doesn't know where she's going, but she has lost her connection to her ancestors. She just wants to ride the road, see where it takes her. And he asks if he can join, and she basically lets him. So now we go to the real spot. And here we are. We're having Isaiah, Micah talking with Hollywood, Rap Angel, and the older gentleman about black people being liberated and how, you know, we basically don't know we're free. And I will say that, you know, there's a lot of things about black people that we are afraid to challenge. I remember someone told me the last shackle that black people need to break, someone said is religion. And when you say that, some black people get offended. Oh my God, no. It's not that we're saying that you have to break the chain or the shackle of being Christian or being or having a connection to God. What they're saying is you need to break that shackle of the white ideology of Christianity, what was taught to us as Christianity. You know, I mean, let's just think. We look in the Bible. In the Bible, they say basically Jesus's skin was basically like, you know, like sand, was the color of sand. Hair was like wool, you know, X, Y, and Z, right? Then we turn around, we go to church, and you look up on our church walls, and you have a white man, blue eyes, long straight hair. That don't even match the Bible, but that's what we have. We looking at, right? That's what we're looking at. We talk about how passages of the Bible was used to keep our people enslaved. They were forced to be Christian. That's not what they practiced where they were. When they were in Africa, that was something that was forced upon them, right? Because it brainwashes it basically, what it does, it conditions the mind to say, this is what we're supposed to do. This is who we are. This is what it's supposed to be, right? Conditions the mind to that, and then they teach that to their children, who teach it to their children, who teach it to their children, and now here you go. We cannot, question the pastor because he speaks for God, blah, 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 blah. We cannot go against Christianity. Anything that's not Christian is this. It's so funny, I do not subscribe to Christianity. I will tell you this: I'm a spiritual person. However, I do choose to call the higher power God, because that's who I've grown up to know the higher power to be. It's easier for me to just continue to say God. I do know that, if I'm not mistaken, the name, the Jewish name is Yahweh. However, I think that Hebrew name. Sorry, y'all, not Jewish. The Hebrew name is Yahweh. But you think about all of this, but it's so funny. You have all these different kind of like subsets under the Christianity umbrella. You got Catholicism, you got Jehovah's Witness, you got Baptist, you got Apostolic, you got Pentecostal, you have you got all these, right? And they all just have like these different ideologies about what you celebrate, how you get into heaven. Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate birthdays, Christmas, and all stuff like that, right? Because you're not supposed to, but others do. But yet y'all all Christians. In the Bible they talk about the false church and all this stuff like that. Honey, I don't know. It's a lot of churches out here. We don't know which one is the false one. We just go keep it moving. Anyway, I went on a tangent. So Charlie is talking to Davis on the phone, and he's basically surprising her on the date. He tells her her car's outside, bring an overnight bag, we finna go. Well, you finna go. Catch a flight. Goodbye. It's sweet. I think that's one of the sweetest things. I'm happy she had nothing planned because he was just wasting his money. Nova and the neighbor are at the gas station. They listen to some Afro beats. She kind of move a little bit, and he's like bumping her head up. I love it. Cute. And they begin to talk about St. John Baptist Parish and how it's one of like the bloodiest parishes, and how there was a lot of black killings and things in that parish. Then they get back on the road and they just ride, and then we go back to the real spot. So at the real spot again, Hollywood and Raw have an awkward conversation just to make sure that they're good, but they chat and they're good. It's like, we're great. And then Micah comes through and like, welcome to my exhibit. Excuse me. You all, there's a picture of Micah looking in the distance, and no, was it Isaiah looking in the distance and Micah's head leaning on him, or was it Micah looking in the distance and Isaiah leaning on him? It was one of the other. Anyway, the older gentleman is like, is this the change you're talking about? And Hollywood steps in and was like, nah, bro, like everything good, and Mike was like, what's wrong with black men showing each other affection? This type of affection, like, ugh, right? Black men in the South. Woo! Their issues aren't even just showing, and I'm not gonna say all black men. Let me not make it an all black men thing. However, they don't just have an issue with black men showing each other affection. They have issues showing even their own black bodies affection. This is what I mean. As a black man, I'm a black man. I grew up in Mississippi. I'm in Mississippi right now. My father has told me he loves me without prompt one time. The first time I had to prompt him to do it, right? And even then I was like, that don't feel right. That don't even feel real. Like, I don't even know if I had to ask you. His mind is, well, I took care of you. I bought your stuff. I paid some stuff. I did for this. So I love you. I didn't feel it. You didn't say it. My father never even hugged. I cannot remember getting a hug from my dad. I think now we'll hug a little bit, but he only do the side hugs. He will not hug me straight on. Black men even have an issue. That's what I mean. Like, black fathers, especially not all, some in the Deep South have issues even showing their black sons affection. So how can other black men show each other affection if this ideology that if you give me affection you must be gay? That's their mindset. That affection is only reserved for a woman. Like what? That's stupid. So stupid. It's one of the dumbest things that we teach our black boys, that they cannot be in tune with their emotion and that they cannot show one another affection. It's okay. I have a friend guy. He's a heterosexual male black man. I lean on him all the time. I get around him, I lean on shit. I'll go to sleep. He don't care, cause it's not a thing. Actually, that friend, you all, I know I'm like on a tangent. That friend is the first man in my life that ever told me he loved me. It was the first man ever to say he loved me. And he still says it today. We tell each other, we love each other all the time. My brother, I have two brothers. My younger brother just started saying he loves me last year. My older brother has never said it, ever. To this day, has never said I love you. Now, it's funny. I'm happy to see that he'll say it to his son. He says he loves his son. He doesn't say he loves me. My father has never said he loved me since that one time he said it back in 2015 without prompting. Said it that one time. Never said it again. So they have this idea that that's what the woman is for. That's what you got your mama for. That's what you got your sister for. They the ones who's supposed to say that stuff and hug you and stuff like that, blah, 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 not me. And it's like, fool, yes, you too. Your daughters aren't the only ones that need your love and affection. Your sons need it too. But we got a lot of work to do. We go back over to the house and Violet faints. Okay? Now we come back to the real spot. And the guy, he just will not stop. So Ross steps in and he's like, yo, so what that they showing each other affection? Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. People should be allowed to be who they are. He's like, shoot, my son used to play with dolls. I didn't care about that. Let people be themselves. Dude is like, no. So Isaiah's like, how he went to, I think it was Tanzania, Rwanda. How he went to Rwanda and how, he saw the men holding hands. Like, it wasn't no man, like, I'm with you type thing, but he saw friends holding hands and things of that nature, just showing affection. And the older gentleman walks beside him and said, well, you're not in Rwanda anymore. Again, this whole Americanized thing, and I know that where it comes from, I'm not finna stay on slavery for a long time, but it comes from, the only thing a man had was his manhood. Y'all just follow me here, okay? The only thing a man had was his manhood, but whenever they stepped out of line, or whenever they were kind of like seen as being these big, strong, like very super masculine men, they were broken by the white masters raping them. Now, some people like to argue and say, well, that's how black men started this gay stuff. That was never going on in Africa. Well, that's a lie. In Africa, just like in anywhere else, they were all sleeping with each other. Real talk. It was like more pansexual, or probably just a sexual thing. It was used as abuse here. That's the difference. It was just used to abuse and bring people down. Y'all, my father's calling me. Give me a brief moment. Okay, so I'm so sorry. My father needs me to actually go do something for him, which is going to take me away from this. So let me get this done. Yeah, so I'm not even finna sit on that too long, y'all. But black men, we need to learn to show each other affection. In America, we as black men feel like this is taken away from our manhood by us being with other men. So I was gonna go into the whole like sodomization, how they would do that and how they, cut off penises and all that, but I'm not even gonna do that right now. That'll be another conversation for another day. It's difficult for me to get these videos out, y'all, and I'm so sorry. But we gonna make this thing work. Nova and her neighbor discussed, and witness witness visit the Whitney plantation. I cannot go into detail right now. They start looking at the names of the slaves and the things that were done and are still happening to us as black people, and how we're basically struggling. Let me read this message, y'all. Okay. Okay. Uh, being home, the joys of being a child, right? Okay. Yeah, they're basically taking in the history from the Whitney plantation. Um, Hollywood walks in, sees Violet on the floor, and again she's trying to still do this "I'm a tough black woman" thing, and he lets her know, look, if you're not better by the end of the night, I'm taking you to the hospital. Again, black women, please allow others to show you love and affection and care. You need it. It's not just you who should give it, you should also receive it. I want you to know that you're deserving of love, care, affection, protection, and everything under the sun. Please don't feel like you're the only people who should give it out. You deserve to receive that as well. Mike and Isaiah go back to Xavier. Again, my alma mater. Okay. Michael no longer wants to do an exhibit because of the things that he experienced, and he feels as if, no one liked his art, and that he believes Ralph Angel and Hollywood just kind of stepped in because they're his family, but they may be believing the same things as well as the older gentleman. Friend Isaiah's trying to talk to him. He put his hand on Michael's shoulder, and Michael just kind of looks at him funny, so he rejects the affection. So Isaiah's like, oh, okay, so like, what's going on? Talk to me. Michael don't want to talk to him. Isaiah breaks down. He's like, you know what? So he said, you know what? You probably talk about me too when the guys talk about me. And Michael's like, I'm the only person that defends you when they call you gay. And he's like, yeah, well, I can't really see it now. You're allowing people to get in your head. You're allowing this toxicity to get in your head. And I know that's where a lot of black straight men struggle, because the narrative in black people's mind, again, which is stupid, and not all black people, a majority, is that if a black man is friends with a gay black man, that he must be gay too. We have to get over a lot of this stupid stuff that we tell ourselves. Like, why is it that he has to be gay as well? Why can't he just be friends? What is that? What is actually, I can go into it psychologically if I didn't have stuff to do. Hold on, y'all, he's calling me again. Okay, good people. He is like, where are you going? Okay, so let me get myself wrapped up so I can go. This video probably would have been over 30 minutes. But anyway, it would have been. It's not going to be. Yeah, so Michael's struggling right now because of this ideology that black men can't be friends with each other if one is gay. Stupid stuff. Rod goes to see Violet. They discuss how he made the best decision by sending Blue to that school and how she was just being selfish. We all knew that, but just move on along. Nova and the neighbor talk more. They were about to kiss, but he stops and says, no, you're in a vulnerable place right now, and I want this can wait. I want you to be, on steady ground. That is one of the best things he could have done. A lot of times when we're in vulnerable places, we resort to like using our physical to kind of get past it. I'm happy he told her no, because she needs to recognize that she's more important than just her body, and that she has more avenues to process her stress, like therapy, talking it out, than just having sex. So I appreciated that. Charlie arrives to the old apartment where Davis meets her. He basically takes her on a trip down memory lane and proposes. She turns him down because she's like, look, where I'm going in my career, where you're at in your career, look, we don't need to introduce a brand new marriage while doing all this. We need to be in the same place. He's offering to move and she's not letting him, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because she wants him to follow his dream. I think that's very important. Follow your dream, I follow my dream. Let's continue our long distance relationship as a boyfriend girlfriend thing. You my man, I'm your woman deal, and let's get married after we get somebody to settle down. Charlie and Michael go visit Violet. She let Violet know she's running for Congress. Violet is happy about that. Darla and Rod are chatting about an apartment that she found in the city. Rod's like, he don't really think about it, but at the same time, you ain't got no choice. You have to. That's where y'all at. That's the reality of the situation. So, okay, y'all, that's Queen Sugar Season 6, Episode 8. I apologize for how quick I had to wrap this thing up, but let me go run. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the share button. Please comment in the comment section, and I will see you all again hopefully tonight. Bye-bye.